Vinod Agrawal, CEO, VE Commercial Vehicles, who joins us. The case for chat really being that volumes remain weak compared to peers, and there's been modest growth in the month of August. And this is largely to do with, the CV sales market. Thanks very much, Mr. Agrawal, for taking out the time to speak with us today. August CV sales were extremely robust and way better than street expectations.
Pleasure.
Tell us how the situation has changed on the ground, because CV sales are on a bit of an uptick. The cycle is recovered, and that's helping your company.
No, I think last 2 months we have seen good recovery in the commercial vehicle market, and that's a very good sign. However, we have to now look at the festive months, and we are looking forward to that this growth is sustained in the market. And then of course we are also growing. In the month of August we have grown by 10%, even though it is slightly less than the market, but I think we will catch up.
Okay, good to hear that. But Mr. Agrawal, despite the pickup from April lows, your volume growth has largely been range bound while the industry overall has improved. What's the reason behind that?
No, I think overall market has been subdued. If you look at the first quarter was extremely low for the entire industry. The industry was down by almost 25%. And now last 2 months we have seen the recovery, and then we have also recovered in last 2 months. And then if you look at our, especially in the bus market, our market share has gone up, even though we have lost a little bit in the truck market, but in the bus market our market share has gone up.
How much has it gone up by, and what is your target on gaining market share by the end of FY18?
I can't tell you that how much we will gain, but in line with our past trends, I think we should continue to do better.
Mr. Agrawal, but what I'm trying to assess is
1 or 2 months doesn't give any indication, and then of course.
But you may have targets, Mr. Agrawal. You do work with targets. So I was trying to assess whether there's a target in terms of how much market share you need to reach by the end of this year, or the kind of volume growth you want to achieve.
No, if you look at our market shares, last year our market share in the light and medium duty trucks was 33.5%, and in heavy duty trucks it was 5%, and in buses it was around 17%. So we would like to improve the market shares in line with our past trends.
Okay. Also, Mr. Agrawal, you announced an investment of 450 crore rupees across business for VECV. How do you plan to invest that money, growth that you're targeting once the capital would be employed and the executions are in place?
No, this investments is going to happen in new products. For example, BS6 06 norms, which are going to be enforced from 1st of April 2020. So already the investments have started in that development, new engine developments, and then of course we are investing in more and more product developments.
Right. Mr. Agrawal, analysts see good growth potential in the company to break the duopoly, which is the existence of 2 other companies in the market, which is Tata Motors and Ashok Leyland. But going by the recent volumes, they clearly see them having a strong lead. How do you propose to beat competition going forward, and when could you see that happen? When could you see some sort of gain in market share, or taking away some market share from competitors?
No, if you look at the post-GST scenario, there is more and more movements towards the better trucks, more efficient trucks, and higher tonnage trucks. Now this is in line with our vision of driving modernization in the CV industry. So in the long run, of course, we are looking at in a very, very advantageous position, because we have a very strong product lineup, and we are continuing to improve our distribution reach, our channel, and then of course after sales, and based on all these strategies, I think in the long run we have very strong strategy in place.
And having said that, give us a sense, and I know I keep coming back to the market share question because it's so critical in your business, given that CV cycles, is in a bit of a recovery mode, is in a bit of an upturn. What kind of new order inflow are you expecting, and where will those orders come from? Which segment of the economy? How are you looking at pitching yourself differently from your competitors?
No, if you look at the economic growth, the fundamentals are in place, even though the last GDP numbers have not been very encouraging. But I think going forward, we should see good growth in the economy, and especially the infrastructure and the road construction and the investments made by the Government of India in infrastructure and irrigation facilities and all these projects. So I think these are the things which are going to lead the recovery in the CV market. And then of course we have all the products lined up for these applications.
You seem to be pretty optimistic, Mr. Agarwal, when it comes to BS4 transition. What kind of distinction do you have over competition, and what sort of benefits that you foresee for this, for Eicher, once the transition does take place?
No, BS4 transition has now happened. That is behind us. And in the BS4 transition, the products basically, they are better products, they are more better technology products, and we are delivering better fuel efficiency, we are delivering better productivity in our products. We have introduced new range, Pro 5000 series in heavy duty trucks. We have introduced new range in our light and medium duty trucks. So we have all the products which are there, which are BS4, and then of course which are of course better than the market expectations.
Right, and while Q1 was a bit weak due to temporary headwinds, what's the projection for the rest of the year?
No, as I mentioned, we have to look forward to this festive season, that the growth that we have seen in last 2 months, that should sustain, and we are very optimistic that it should sustain. And still, if you look at on YTD basis, the CV market is still down by 10% as compared to last year, April to August. So I think at least in balance 7 months, we should see the recovery coming back, and we should see on net basis some growth in the market, rather than the YTD drop that is still there in spite of the growth in last 2 months.
Okay, Mr. Agarwal, great speaking with you. Thank you so much for taking the time out and chatting with us and giving us a picture of as to where the CV sales may be headed from here. Good to speak with you and gather in that take on the markets.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/ETNow.